I'm with Nadia Bjorlin and Eric Martsolf at Day of Days 2018 on the 53rd anniversary of Days of Our Lives. Yes. And you guys are still on the show.
How about that? We are. We're still on. We're still on.
Right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I believe this is the 10th annual Day of Days.
This is the 10th time.
That's exciting.
10th time. You've been in all 10?
No, but funny enough, not to make this about my 10th anniversary on Days of Our Lives is next Thursday.
Did you just miss it when you came on the show then? Because I remember coming here for the first Day of Days, which I guess
too.
was
I
2008.
think I missed the first one, and I was at the second one. Yeah.
So now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Yes.
So Nadia,
Yes.
don't you think it would be a really great story if they revisit the Chloe Brady relationship and like literally have them in a romance?
I think that's a fantastic idea because we will joke about the fact that so Eric has now been on the show for 10 years.
Had 30 different women in the story.
Had pretty much every woman on the show except for Chloe.
And the people I'm related to.
And thankfully the people that he's related to. We're not even sure about that, are we?
That's debatable.
But yeah, it's been funny because when they brought Brady back on the show, they never revisited that. Like we never really worked together at all. So there's always hope though for that.
Hope?
Yeah.
And what do you think? Would you like to work with Gold Girl?
I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I mean, those two characters do have history together. It's never been revisited, and in an age where soap operas tend to recycle and recycle and recycle, ours is a relationship that hasn't really been explored in a long time. And since I portrayed Brady, never. And I'll just go out on a limb and say Nadia and I get along really well. We're kind of the same person, just different sexes. We have the same. Okay. I think we have a lot of chemistry together, and I think it would be a lot of fun. I would welcome that opportunity in a minute. It'd be great.
That'd be great.
Be fun.
I think they just needed to give Eric 10 good years to prepare to work with me.
To grow as an actor, so he
to
could
warm
work
up.
with Nadia to hone his
Needed to
skills.
go and win an Emmy.
That Emmy, yes.
I'm finally
You're
good
finally
enough.
good enough.
And worthy enough. to be
Good
on your
enough.
arm
Worthy enough to be on our.
And in your bed.
Speaking of beds,
Yeah.
we recently just saw you in beds with two women. There was Eve and Kristen.
Not at the same time, though.
Well, no, but you were bed hopping a lot, so you've had a lot of action recently.
Yes.
We just saw on air.
Yes. Well, one was genuine, and one was a deceitful ploy to get information extracted out of Kristen, because we all know the best way to get a woman to really tell you the truth is to sleep with her. So I did what I had to do, Mike. I mean, I got to do what I got to do.
Right. So how was Stacy to work with?
Stacy came in guns blazing with a lot of scrutiny on her. Let's face it, Eileen Davidson kicked that role out of the park while she was portraying Kristen. And she came in and I think she blew it away. She made some really bold choices, and she was in my room on the floor the first day of portraying Kristen. She's like, I want it to work. I want this to be great. And you can see how much this woman cared. And I think that caring translated into a pretty awesome performance. She's really, she's so vixen-y. She's perfect for it, yeah. And she plays cuckoo really well.
She's amazing.
Yeah. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Yeah. So Rex is back on the show in the form of Kyle Lutter, who was Brady when you were Brady. You were.
Yeah, yes, I was Brady. I was Brady at one point as well, before the sex.
Remember the sex?
I was cast as Chloe initially.
When you were involved with Brady, when
Yes,
Chloe was
it's
involved
all-
with Brady.
It's all it can be confusing.
Yes.
Well, it was.
You're gonna break out in a song any minute. I know
Break
they're
out
gonna.
the song and dance. Kyle is back as a different character, which is not the first time Days has done that. So it's not that. It's
normal.
It's kind of normal. It's not a big deal. We make it work. Little suspension of disbelief there. But it's funny that we've now started working together a bit, but we talk as if we've known each other. But I don't remember. Chloe never really. I never worked with
Rex.
Eric Winter, who was Rex. I think it was a very brief time when we thought they were aliens in a pod or something.
Silver underwear.
In silver
Remember
underwear.
the silver underwear, everyone?
I was briefly part of that storyline, but other than that, no, I was never. We didn't cross paths on the show, which is, I guess, also kind of great because those two characters never had any sort of a history or a relationship. You know, they've sort of said that we were friends, but we weren't. So it's starting anew. It's a new friendship.
But one of the things I've loved about Chloe now is she's actually smart. She's figured out the baby Bonnie thing.
I know. I was so happy to finally get back to the roots of Chloe, who, if you remember, was valedictorian and who was very smart and
Yes.
Good for you.
I was pretty well read.
You were an overachiever.
I was an overachiever, and then somewhere along the line, I just tripped and fell into prostitution. So
One of our great moments.
So you know what happened? Yeah, oops, tripped.
And on the new Jewel app, we actually ask you about the men in Chloe's life, which is a wonderful video where she tries to remember and recount.
Much like my real life, can't remember their names. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys.
Yeah.
No.
And then I saw someone loved I saw there's people are liking your videos on the app. I saw people retweet. Yeah.
I like them myself.
God, I didn't.
I love the Sammy Brady audition. I hope Allie will actually do one of me.
Did you see Allie's remark?
I did.
And
I did. She's got a great sense of humor.
She
Of course
loved it.
I know she loved it. And I hope we do more of those. I think there's a lot of good territory there that we could cover by just mocking and making fun of each other. Yeah, it's important.
I think it's important.
I think I just.
Well then,
Who do you want to play?
I'll throw this out there. Why don't you do your audition version of Chloe and go?
Done. Oh no, I need some time to prepare for that one. I needed 10 years to prepare to be your love interest. I'm gonna have to, a potential love interest.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, being part of the cast, 53 years.
Yes.
We don't have props or costumes on the Jewel app.
I need some serious work if I'm going to do that.
So 53 years of the show, and you've been
Yes.
part of it. Do you ever still go like, "Wow, I'm still"? It's still an iconic show.
I mean, it's surreal. It's amazing. I remember. I think the first. I can't even remember. I think the first anniversary party or my first day of work. I will always remember was October 25th of 1999, and the day's anniversary happened not even 2 weeks later, and I think it was the 34th. Is my math right?
34.
There?
Oh yeah.
I think it was like the 34th, and just. And just being so overwhelmed and amazed and just in awe and kind of starstruck with people I just sort of hadn't even worked with yet, and going to the very first party and feeling like, wow, 34 years, that was a long time. Cut to, I'm here at the 53rd anniversary. It's kind of cool.
And you've gotten to play over the time some great stories. I think they've given you some really great stuff over the 10 years.
They have.
We'll have to do a whole 10-year anniversary montage for you.
Oh, that would be so
which we
great,
will,
Michael.
of great
You could
moments.
do that and edit
Yeah, of
that by
course.
this weekend.
I'll
That'd be
have
great.
that done tomorrow.
No, they have. They've given me the football, so to speak, many, many, many times, and I've gotten a chance to portray Brady in a lot of different lights. He's a substance abuser. He's an alcoholic. He loves power. He loves women, obviously, and he has this trouble. He has trouble finding love. He's an interesting guy. He falls down a lot.
Let's not forget that.
That was our favorite word for a whole summer, I think.
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Hashtag sarcophagus. Okay.
But we all wish for a layered character. That's all we want, and they have given that to me. So I don't take it lightly.
So the journey of being here on the show has been.
It's been a roller coaster, man. Just as Brady's been up and down, my career with the show has been just up and down as well, but in such a good way.
Right.
You don't want to be the hero all the time or the guy that's being downtrodden all the time. You want to have your ups and downs, and I thank the show for giving me those opportunities to do that.
Well, happy 53rd anniversary Days of Our Lives with Nadia and Eric. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.